Hello friends, my name is Pradeep Mishra. Welcome back to all. This is my the second video for VPC. If you haven't watched my first video for VPC, I would request you please watch the my first video. Here I am going to explain about the CIDR block. In my previous video already I have created the VPC and assigned the CIDR block, but I did not explain what is the CIDR block and how will I calculate this. So in this video I will be cover. So first of all, what is the CIDR block? CIDR block cashless inter-domain routing. I'm not going to explain more about CIDR block. I'm just going to explain one use case that will be helpful for calculating the IP addresses for subnet. So let's move take the one use case. Here I got the one request for client create the force subnet in VPC if VPC CIDR block is 10.0.0.0/26. This CIDR block is not fixed for VPC, it will be changed, but right now I got this CIDR block from client, so I'm going to use this CIDR block, and based on this CIDR block we are assigned to the IP addresses to subnets. Subnet create the force subnet in VPC. So let's first understand this CIDR block 10.0.0.0/26. Before 26, we can see there is four block 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Every block we call the octet. One octet contains 8 bit. It means that 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is equal to 32. So for this CIDR block, how many IPs will be generated? We can calculate the this formula 32 minus 26. It means 6 to the power 6 is equal to 64. So we can generate 64 IPs for this CIDR block. As per the requirement, we can divide the 64 IPs into 4 subnet. It means that each subnet have a 16 IPs. So now go to next slide. Here we are going to calculate how to assign the IP address to the subnet. So first we are going to take for let's check 10.0.0.0/27. One point here notice that network subnet network prefix should be greater than sorry subnet prefix should be greater than the VPC prefix VPC network prefix. So now here is the 27 is greater than 26. So when going to the calculate the IP range for this CIDR block, so 32 minus 27 to the power 5 is equal to 32 host IP, but we have a 4 subnet, so 32 plus 32 64. We can assign only 2 subnet. Each subnet have a 32, but this is not our goal. We have to divide 64 IP address in a 4 subnet, so we leave it this one. We move to next range 10.0.0.0/28. It means total range is 32 minus 28 4. 2 to the power 4 is equal to 16. So we can assign 16 IP to each subnet. So based on this, we can assign to 16 IP to each subnet. Now going to calculate the IP. Subnet 1 IP start from 10.0.0.0/28, 10.0.0.1/28 till 10.0.0.15/28. Because this IP start from 0 to 15 and subnet 2 start from 10.0.0.16/28 to 31, and same with subnet 3 10.0.0.32/28 to 47, and same with 10.0.0.48/28 to 64. Here one more important point is that when we are assign these IP to subnet, so AWS reserve for reserve for some uses for AWS reserve 5 subnet IP for internal use. First 4 and last one. First 4, first one is used for the networking, second one used for the routing, third one used for the DNS server, and fourth one is a future use, and last one is a broadcast. Same with the other subnet, subnet 2, subnet 3, subnet 4. This is the use case I have explained here. Now I'm going to the show as a practical with this scenario, this use case, with this use case. So let's move to AWS account. You can see this is my account and here is no VPC. This is the default VPC. Now I'm going to click on the create VPC. This is the totally new UI. Recently AWS has changed the UI part. Here is the earlier, here show only the one option VPC, but now AWS introduced two option VPC only and VPC and more. If you want to do everything is manually, so you can select VPC. Otherwise VPC and more, you can choose this option. So most of the work will be done by the AWS. But for practical purpose, I am going to do manually. So now I am going to give the name of this VPC, my VPC part 2, and here this is CIDR block, 10 CIDR block manually input. So now I'm going to enter the CIDR block for this 10.0.0.0/26 as per the use case, and leave the all the field as it is. In previous video already I have explained about this field. Now click on the create VPC. You can see here the details about the VPC, VPC ID, state available, a DNS host name, DNS resolution, and more information about the VPC. So if you know about these things already I have explained in my previous video, you can go and watch. Now I am clicking the subnet. As per the use case, need to be create the 4 subnet. I'm going to create the first subnet. Create subnet. Select the VPC. I have created this VPC. I'm going to select this one and give the subnet name my subnet first. Here is the availability zone. If you want to select, you can select, otherwise AWS will assign default. And first we are going to give 10.0.0.0 slash let me check 28 for first subnet. I'm going to click on create subnet. So first my subnet has been created. Now I'm going to create second subnet. Selecting the VPC and selecting the giving the subnet name subnet 2 and entered the CIDR block for subnet 2 10.0.0.16/28 and click create subnet. Two subnet has been created. Going to create third one. Select the VPC and give the my subnet 3 and choose the IP range 10.10.0.0.32/28. Click on create subnet. Again I am going to create the last subnet. It means fourth subnet. Here is the my subnet 4 and going to the select CIDR block, this one, this one, and click to create subnet. Now you can see I have created the fourth subnet as per the use case within one VPC. Now I am click on the subnet. Again you can see that here is the four subnet 1 2 3 4 that is created in the same VPC. So you can check here VPC my VPC part 2 that we have created earlier. And one more point, you notice that here is the available IP address 11 because already I have told AWS use 5 IP addresses for internal use. Same with other subnet. You can check. You can check here. So here is mentioned this one 11 11 11 because 5 IP addresses used by AWS for internal use, first 4 and last IP address, and these subnets share the same VPC. So now our use case has been completed. So you can calculate other subnet ID IP based on the CIDR block, different CIDR block. This is the formula to calculate. This is the all about the CIDR block, how we will calculate the IP addresses and assign to the subnet. If you have any doubt and questions, you can comment in video. You can comment on video, and I would request you please like and subscribe my video so that I will provide more video, and in upcoming video I will upload more VPC related video. Thanks, thanks to all.